So what are you really buying when you buy an estate plan? And I think there's a lot of questions about that because people don't understand what an estate plan exactly is. There's a lot of misconceptions about it. One thing an estate plan is not, it's not just a set of documents. It's actually a comprehensive plan so that if something unexpected happened, we have many different documents that all work together to form an emergency plan. And so that plan, if you have young children, will address what would happen to them. If you have assets, the estate plan will cover where your assets will go and who will be in charge of them. If you don't have any assets, you still could need an estate plan because you might need somebody who has legal authority to speak to Social Security on your behalf or speak to your employer on your behalf. So there's a lot of misconceptions about an estate plan maybe being only for people with an estate or who have a lot of wealth, and that's not the case. What you get from an estate plan, it's really not just a set of documents. It's really setting your intention for the future. It's really laying a foundation that you can build on and really be the person that you want to be for your family, who has it together, has your ducks in a row. Sure, nothing unexpected may happen, but if it did happen, you've got it so that your family would not have a hard time. So you're really setting a legacy. And I've had people who come into my office and say, gosh, my parents, they had it all together. And when something happened to them, it was so easy for us. And it was just very laid out. And we want to be like that. And I have other people who come in here and they say, my parents, they didn't have it together at all. And when something happened to them, we had such a mess. And we went through probate, and it took so long, and it was so expensive. And that's the legacy that that person chose to leave behind. And it really makes a difference, because when you have that solid foundation you're building upon, and you're really saying, this is the kind of legacy that I want to leave for the future. And if I wasn't around, then here's the instructions that I want to leave behind. Here's the instructions for making sure that my kids would be protected, that they would be prepared for, that they would be planned for. When you buy an estate plan, you do have several choices. You can attempt to do it yourself. You can do something with LegalZoom, or there's a lot of software nowadays. Susie Orman has a software package, and that's one option. Then there's also what I'll call low-cost attorneys. These are often attorneys who maybe have just graduated from law school, or they haven't really, don't have a lot of experience. And what they're doing is they're pulling out a form document, and they're plugging your name in and pushing print and giving it to you in a fancy binder on attorney letterhead. And then I would say a third option is an attorney who really takes the time to sit down and provide counsel and experience and guidance on how to really make the right, wise decisions for your estate plan. And of course, that's what we recommend, because it really is important, the decisions that you're making in your estate plan. So we recommend, and the way we handle things here is we want to make sure that we're helping you make good decisions for your family. We're walking through lots of different questions. We're talking follow-up questions and really exploring some of the things that you may not have even thought of about what would happen with your assets. What would happen with your kids? What would happen with certain family members or decision makers? And that way we are putting together a very thorough custom plan that's really specific to your particular situation. So when you're buying an estate plan, as a consumer, you're going to want to make sure that you know what you're getting and that you're really looking at apples to apples in terms of making that decision.